From Rihanna killing a medley of all her hits in 2011 to Fergie tanking the national anthem in 2018, the NBA All-Stars halftime show always packs a punch. Over the years, we've seen some amazing performances at this game, but also some pretty bad ones. I have to start by talking about J. Cole's halftime performance in 2019. It was straight up fire. The rapper came out with a ton of energy, spitting bars and jumping all over the stage. He started off with an a cappella version of Middle Child, which name-checks LeBron James, and then launched into some of his other hits like ATM and No Role Models. What really set J. Cole's performance apart was how he kept things simple. He didn't need any fancy stage setups or special effects. It was just him, his mic, and his skills. He even brought a drummer to rock out with him, which made everything even more upbeat and exciting. Fans loved J. Cole's performance because he was so passionate and engaging. He had everyone in the crowd hyped up and on their feet, rapping along to every word. Plus, he didn't take himself too seriously. He was just having fun and doing what he does best. Overall, J. Cole's halftime show was one of the best in recent years. He brought the heat, kept it real, and left everyone wanting more.
His boss came from Drizzy, he gave me a gift. Back when the rap game was praying, I dissed. They act like two legends cannot coexist, but I never beef with somebody for nothing if I smoke a...
Now, let's move on to a performance that didn't receive this much love. Like Pitbull's performance at the 2013 NBA All-Star Game was a total bust. Mr. Worldwide kicked things off with Don't Stop the Party and continued to play a bunch of his iconic songs like Give Me Everything and Hotel Room Service. He even had a bunch of neon-clad dancers on stage with him, but the whole thing fell flat. For starters, he was clearly lip-syncing and using backing tracks. Fans were just not having it. And to make things worse, his transitions between songs were super awkward. Plus, he kept talking over his own tracks, making it impossible to hear his actual voice. And don't even get me started on the auto-tune. It was just too much. Fans were not impressed with the whole commercialized vibe of the performance either. There was just too much focus on the dancers and flashy stage setup and not enough on the music. It was just a lot, you know? Pitbull didn't even seem to be trying to connect with the crowd. He was more interested in his own performance and his dancers than actually engaging with the audience. All in all, Pitbull's performance was just, fans were disappointed to say the least. The 2013 show was pretty underwhelming.
Give it to me like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
But not every year can be as iconic as 2011, when Kanye, Rihanna, and Drake performed together at the All-Star Game. I mean, the three of those legends together on stage? Of course it was a hit. Kanye started things off with All of the Lights, which featured a light show that was so bright it could probably be seen from space. Then a red-haired Rihanna came on stage to perform some of her biggest hits like Umbrella and Rude Boy. Her performance was absolutely stunning, and the fireworks and giant video screen just made it even more epic. Next, Drake joined in the fun with his hit song Fancy, which was just icing on the cake. And finally, the three of them came together for a performance of Run This Town, which had everyone in the stadium on their feet and singing along. Fans loved this performance for so many reasons. First of all, it was just so awesome to see three of the biggest names in music sharing the stage, each bringing their unique style to the performance. And then, of course, there was the visual aspect of the performance. The light show, fireworks, and special effects were just mind-blowing. It was like being at a concert and a sports game all at once. Overall, their performance was probably the most mind-blowing one on this list. It's probably a lot of pressure to live up to such a power-packed performances. Is that why Fergie totally tanked at the 2018 NBA All-Star Game? It was a big moment, with all eyes on her as she took the court to sing the national anthem. But, well, it didn't exactly go as planned. Fans absolutely roasted Fergie's rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner on social media. Some said it sounded like she was trying to do jazz karaoke, while others compared it to nails on a chalkboard. It's safe to say that her unusual take on the anthem was a major misfire. Visually, things were just as awkward awkward. Fergie seemed to be struggling to hit the right notes, and her attempts to add some flair to the song just made things worse. The whole thing was uncomfortable to watch, and fans were cringing in their seats. But more than anything, everyone was just disappointed. The national anthem is a really important and powerful song, and Fergie's version just didn't do it justice. It felt like she wasn't taking it seriously, and that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. In the end, Fergie's performance at the 2018 NBA All-Star Game was just a big mess. Fans were not feeling it, and the criticism came pouring in. I know you need a palate cleanser after hearing about that torturous performance.
And the home of the...
So let's talk about Marvin Gaye at the 1983 halftime show. Now, this one's an oldie, but definitely a good one. First off, Marvin Gaye's singing style was just perfect for the national anthem. He added a whole lot of soul to it, which was a refreshing change from the usual boring versions we hear at sports events. Fans could feel the passion in his voice. Fergie, take notes. Secondly, the arrangement of the anthem was super cool. Gaye slowed down the tempo and added his own little twists and turns, which made it sound more like a soulful ballad than a stuffy old anthem. Fans were totally hooked and couldn't take their eyes off him. But most importantly, Gaye's performance was just so damn emotional. At a time when things in the US were pretty tense and difficult, his rendition of the national anthem brought people together. It was a moment of unity and healing, and fans were moved to tears by the power of his performance. All in all, Marvin Gaye's performance at the 1983 NBA All-Star Game was an absolute game changer. It was a moment of pure magic, and fans still talk about it to this day. Now, I can't let you go without talking about one last bad performance.
Bad, wasn't it? Well, let's see. It's a result of 3 or 4 things. One thing was I was undergoing 2 divorces at the same time.
Let's discuss Ariana Grande's performance at the 2015 All-Star Game. Ariana Grande was one of the big acts at the 2015 NBA All-Star Game, and lots of fans were hyped to see her perform. But when she hit the stage, things didn't quite go as planned. She played all her hits like Problem and Break Free, but it just didn't land well. Some fans thought her singing got drowned out by the backing track, and that it made her sound like she really wasn't performing live. Others thought her dance moves were a bit too rehearsed and that it took away from the excitement of the event. On top of that, some fans felt like Grande's style and sound just didn't fit with the vibe of the NBA All-Star Game. Her outfit was considered too risque for a family-friendly event, and her poppy music was seen as out of place in a setting where hip-hop and urban sounds usually reign supreme. Now, not everyone thought Ariana Grande's performance was a flop. Some fans thought she brought the energy and got the crowd going and that it was a fun time overall. But it's safe to say that not everyone was thrilled with what they saw. Well, there you have it. These are the best and worst performances at the NBA All-Star Halftime Show.
I was a lion, gave into the fire. No, I should have fought it, at least I'm being honest.
This watch came from Drizzy, he gave me the gift. Back when the rap game was praying, I dissed. They act like 2 legends cannot coexist. But I never beef with somebody for nothing. If I smoke a rapper, it's gon' be